How rich is Chief Keef? Well, Chief Keef is worth more than $6 million, and that was after he dropped his critically acclaimed track I Don't Like. You might remember Chief Keef for his countless hit singles, or the time he got arrested for invading a home with his Glow Gang savages. Born and raised in Chicago, Illinois, Keith Cozart grew up on the south side of town. Before the age of 5 he was already rapping, and often used his mother's karaoke machine to record singles. During his early teenage years he started hustling on O Block in order to make ends meet. Chief Keef attended Diet High in Chicago but dropped out during his freshman year. Using the time wisely he started working on creating singles, and ultimately released a project called Mulu Express, which failed to receive mainstream notoriety. Upon turning 16 he was charged with manufacturing and distribution of a controlled substance. Only a few months later, as Chief Keef left his grandmother's house with a coat in his hand, he was stopped by police, which resulted in Chief Keef dropping his coat to reveal a loaded handgun. Police officers started shooting at the 16-year-old Chief Keef, who pointed the gun at the officers several times just before running from the authorities. Although none of the shots hit him, Chief Keef was arrested and sentenced to confinement at his grandmother's house. In 2011 he released his debut mixtape called The Glory Road, receiving positive feedback from the community. Chief Keef followed up with his second mixtape called Bang, which turned him into a local star. Shortly after he was arrested once again, this time for letting off shots out of a moving car. Chief Keef was sentenced to 30 days of house arrest along with another 30 days of house confinement. With endless amount of time at his disposal, he recorded a music video for his new song called I Don't Like, featuring his close friends hanging out at his grandmother's house. On March 11, 2012, I Don't Like was released on YouTube. Within days the music video had over 30 million hits, making Chief Keef an online sensation. Shortly after he dropped his third studio mixtape, called Back from the Dead, which went double platinum. In December of 2012 Chief Keef signed a $6 million deal with Interscope Records, and released his debut album called Finally Rich, peaking at number 2 on the Billboard rap chart along with making him $130,000. In 2013 Chief Keef was arrested following an interview at a gun range. Due to a probation violation he served 2 months in a detention center. Following his release, he was arrested once again, this time for driving fast as fuck on the highway in his MX-6. On August 15, 2013 Chief Keef dropped his much-anticipated Bang 2 project, which received mixed reviews. A year later he signed to 1017 Records and released Big Gucci Sozu along with Back from the Dead Part 2, making him a combined $280,000. In 2015 Chief Keef released his second studio album called Bang 3, which made him $150,000. Chief Keef made $130,000 from I Don't Like, $160,000 from Love Soza, and $190,000 from Earned It. Currently Chief Keef lives in California, charges $40,000 for a feature, and $75,000 for a night. Just a fun fact. Chief Keef and I have been friends for years. When he first flew out to California, it was none other than your boy Alfred, who made sure the poolside guest house was clean for my friend. Even after Sosa bought his own crib, he makes sure to always pull up with the strongest turbo OG. In conclusion, Chief Keef is making more money, being more pricey, and smoking more weed than you and I combined. Don't forget to subscribe for more because Chief Keef and I are kicking it.
I I just wanna get that money. I just wanna get that money, flip that money. I just wanna stack them hundreds. I just wanna spaz out, cash out.